Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today we have another keyboard, and this one is from Epomaker, which is a pretty popular keyboard website. So they reached out to me and asked me to take a look at this specific one. This was sent to me and it was not personally purchased. However, my opinions and my review of the product will, of course, remain my own. So just want to get that little disclaimer out of the way. This is the TH80 SE, and it is a 75% 81 key hot swappable keyboard. It retails for approximately $80 and it packs quite a bit inside for that price point. Let's go ahead and unbox it and see what we get inside. Very first thing we're greeted with is a plastic dust cover, so you don't throw this out necessarily unless you don't want the dust cover. And this comes in two colors. It comes in a black and a gray, and then a black and a purple. And that purple is just rather striking. So yeah, let's give that a go. It comes in 6 different switch configurations, 2 Gateron setups and 4 Epo setups. This one is using their Flamingo, and it looks like I've got some extras in there. A cable, a keycap puller, and an extra space bar if I wanted it in black. And then on the inside here we have a pretty comprehensive manual. I'm not used to seeing one this detailed come with a keyboard and this large. There's multiple languages, so that's a nice touch. So let's clear some of this stuff down and take a closer look at the keyboard itself. So we are looking at a hot swappable keyboard with a good gasket setup, PBT keycaps as well for some good ergonomic typing, and of course it has multiple ways to connect with Bluetooth 5.0, 2.4 gigahertz USB, and of course USB Type-C. Inside the whole thing is a 4000 milliamp battery, and you can check the battery status by holding down the function key and pressing B. There's a lot of software programming that can also be done, and we'll dive into that in a little bit. Looking on the back, we are greeted with a Windows and Mac switch, 2.4 gigahertz USB and Bluetooth on the bottom, and then on the front we actually have a place to store the USB receiver, which is a snug fit, right above the USB Type-C connection. So a lot of these features you don't see on a keyboard in this price point, so this is pretty encouraging. We also have 2 sets of adjustable feet, so you have 3 different total positions, down, low, and high. Let's take a closer look at this underneath our secondary camera. As you can see, that purple is really, really striking, and the keys have a really nice sound and travel. We should probably just dive right into a typing test. And we'll take down the lights just a little bit over here so we can appreciate that RGB. Alright, 71 words per minute is quite good for a keyboard for me out of the box. And the accuracy of only 2 small mistakes is very, very good. I have to say, I really like how this keyboard feels. Purple isn't necessarily my color, but I think it would be for a lot of people. But I just can't get over how smooth the keys feel. They're in the right place. Things are landing where they should be. So overall, we're doing pretty good on this front. Now, this does come with a piece of software, and I'll put that up on the screen for you here. That allows for you to program this to do all sorts of different things. So there's different key combinations, there's other settings here that you can adjust, like key sensitivity. You can determine when the lights turn off or when the keyboard goes to sleep. And you can also set up to 3 different layers on your keyboard as well. Function setting is shown to you here, so you can figure out how everything works accordingly. You can, of course, program macros, and we can change the light mode. I usually go with an always on. And there are some other features on here, like the ability to create an account and share your different lighting setups, which I have to admit, the different lighting setup thing and sharing that, that's pretty neat. So, for example, if I want this cyber look, I have to log in and make an account and all that. I don't think so. You can also update the firmware and the app as well through here. Overall, some pretty decent functions if you absolutely require further tinkering for your keyboard, but it won't necessarily be for everyone. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so my final verdict is that this keyboard has an awful lot to like for the price point. They've definitely paid attention to detail and produced what I think is actually a pretty good feeling product, and it looks good too. Like I said, purple isn't necessarily my color, but if it is, I can definitely understand how this would easily fit into your heart. We've got storage for the USB receiver, which I'm always looking for. We've got adjustable feet, the standard 4000 milliamp battery, standard RGB. We do have an app that comes with it with all sorts of extra configuration, which is nice. The price point is sub 100 US dollars. The only thing, if I had to nitpick about this keyboard, is that your toggle switch for 2.4 gigahertz USB and Bluetooth is on the bottom. I'm less miffed about the Windows and Mac one because I have a feeling that you're probably just going to set that maybe once unless you've got some really interesting workflows. But this one you might actually want to set or swap to a few times. So putting that somewhere on the edge of the case I know may have impacted the aesthetic a little bit, but it also would have made it a lot more convenient. So I'm not entirely sure if that was a design decision or if it was an engineering one, but I think personally I like having the switch easily accessible. At any rate, I'll leave some links in the description where if you're looking for one of these you can find one. Thanks again to Epomaker for sending me this keyboard, and if you have any questions make sure you're leaving them in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.